game code is 14.
Can you all see the scoreboard?
Yes. We can. There are no names listed on it, though, which I didn't know whether that was a problem or not. But, Nick, what do you say? Should we do the buzzer check and make sure everybody's here?
Yeah, I see a couple of names filtering into the,
names are popping up.
The board now. So I would say let's get that buzzer check.
I can hear, but I need earphones.
Kat, we saw your buzzer. That was fine.
Did I hear that the game code was 14?
You did. Who are the two captains? Please?
I am serving as captain today.
John, that's you, John?
Yes.
And I'm captain of the blue team.
Jed, you're the captain of the blue team?
Yeah.
And John of the red team. Okay. How are you, Jed?
Doing well, Bob. How are you?
I'm swell.
Swell. That sounds great.
I am really swell.
I hope you're going to give those LSAT prospective students a good show tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, yeah, it's logic games. I wish we could have gotten the deck fixed by then, but it went well last week, and I'm sure the makeshift, the make do that Ali and I worked out will work fine. And that next month when we do it again and all the glitches are cleaned up, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
But it's a very good episode. I was really hot, and the growth mindset stuff really played well. I really think they felt that they were getting more from Kaplan than just tests and explanations, that they were getting really caring coaching from us. So I was very happy with that.
I somehow defaulted to Katie Stanfield's host screen, clicking on that link. Hold on.
Sounds like a clear case of identity theft.
Literally. Let me log out. I mean, it's been defaulting to that since I brought her Zoom for something, but I feel like I'm seeing the wrong screen.
Hi.
Yesterday, the Buzzer Network, which I have on over my shoulder while I work with the sound off, they had a rerun of Password from 1962. And you know who the celebrities were? Jane Fonda and James Mason.
Oh, my God.
Oh. And James killed her. He was so much better than she was.
Okay, so, all right.
They got 10 points when he said James, and the contestant said Mason. Mason was the clue. One of those old black and white ones. Oh, it was I have a new movie opening, Lolita. You might have heard of it. And Jane is, we just finished Walk on the Wild Side's at the Criterion, and next week we're doing Period of Adjustment is opening. And it was such a weird time capsule. Somebody is unmuted besides me.
I am.
Okay, good. And we need. Do we have the fourth player in for people not named? We have John, Brandon, and Rochelle. Oh, Corinna is trying to get in. Is that right?
Rochelle, are you playing? Oh, then I'm not needed, I don't think.
Well, you seem to be. We have John, Brandon, and Rochelle listed for your team.
Okay, I am somehow not able to. I don't know why I keep kicking into this.
You can enter as Katie, and I'll remember to call you by your right name. I'll call you by your name.
I can change that on the screen. What I can't seem to change is, or I can't seem to get into the sign-in.
The link is in the invite.
I know, but somehow every time I hit the link, I default to what looks like the scorekeeper host screen. Like, I can't seem to jump out of it or reset the default. Let me get, Russell
Does the scorekeeper screen say always a bridesmaid versus people not named Stuart Kavinsky?
Yeah, that's what it should look like.
That's the buzzer.
That's what's showing up.
Did
So
you?
that is the buzzer. Did we change the?
Nope, this is the scorekeeper screen so that we can see what the points are at any time during the match.
Got it. Are we?
So you need to create your buzzer.
Yeah, sorry. Give me what is the buzzer link? Sorry, you know what, I'll get it.
tpt.mykaplan.tv.
Sorry about this. And game code 14 we have?
Game code 14, that's right.
So if y'all see me looking like this over my shoulder during the match, I promise I'm not receiving illicit information. Rather, I am giving it. I've got a herd of 11-year-old boys doing science experiments in the kitchen. So I periodically have to yell something over my head like, don't forget your eye protection. And the batteries are in the closet. So, that's what's going on.
Oh, it's a new form of cheating. I can tell.
Uh-huh.
If it was me, I would just be yelling over my shoulder, whatever. But
my nieces and nephews are here, and I told my 8-year-old niece she can't help me.
Oh.
Don't mix the vinegar and the baking soda.
Karina, I see you. I'm resetting your buzzer.
In my house, it's more like, if you're going to mix the vinegar and the baking soda, please do it outside.
Thanks, Rochelle.
If you create heavy water, remember the recipe.
Don. BJ. Jed. Jean. Melanie. Kat. All right.
Okay. Well, it's a jolly holiday with Nick and Elizabeth, the scorekeeper, and Bob, your host, for this much-awaited repeat match, dare I say grudge match, between last year's champions, 6 people not named Stuart Kavinsky, and Always a Bridesmaid. The former is blue, and Jed is the captain. The latter is red, and John is the captain. And it took me a while to find a pair of boards that I thought was worthy of 2 such distinguished champions. I think I did. So a reminder to everybody that you are allowed to buzz in only twice, and that you have 7 other players who will be keeping an eye on that. And you lose points immediately if you buzz in a 3rd time. There's no exception to that rule. So be ready to back off once you've answered twice in a category. And remember, teams, we encourage the teams to unmute and let us hear your consultation in a steal situation. It makes it more fun for the viewers. Okay, with that, I guess there are no questions. Everybody looks very bright-eyed and bushy. I can't see the bushy tails, but I have to assume they're there, and the bright eyes and the smiles. Big energy from everybody. Good luck to both teams as we go into our first round of 1 to 5 point questions. The first category is a topic you're all very familiar with, 1811. 1811. Here we go for 1 point. Insane and no longer fit to rule, this British king was replaced by his son, the Prince Regent. Insane and no longer fit to rule, this British king, Rochelle.
It lasts longer.
Madness of King George.
Madness is King George is correct. Okay. 1 point, first blood for the blue team. That's 1 point, Elizabeth. This is 1 to 5. Oh, it is. Yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Now, 1811 for 2. Published anonymously in 3 volumes by a lady was Sense and Sensibility. Rochelle?
Jane Austen.
That's right. Her Sense and Sensibility, 1811. Okay, Rochelle's out of this category. 1811 for 3 points. This family-run company, founded in Germany to manufacture steel, eventually did a booming business. This family-run company, founded in Germany to manufacture steel, eventually did a booming business. John.
Krupp.
The Krupp Works is correct for 3 points. Shouldn't the points be going? Shouldn't it be 3-3? 3 for Always a Bridesmaid and 3 for Kaminsky?
Nope, we haven't buzzed in yet.
Oh, you have not buzzed in yet. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, all right, here we go. For 4 points, maybe it'll happen now. In an 1811 massacre, this Pasha of Egypt, not the boxer, knocked out the Mamluks for good. Kat.
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali is right. Now you're on the board. 4 points for the blue team. Very good. Finally, in 1811 for 5 points, construction began on the USA's first federal highway, known as this road after the town in which it originated. Gene?
Cumberland Road?
The Cumberland Road is correct, and that was a triple stumper on the show, so well done, sir, for 5 points. The Cumberland Road in 1811. Our next category, the Shanghai World Expo. The Shanghai World Expo for 1 point. The pavilion for this international organization was built to look like one of its relief tents. The pavilion for this international organization, Kat?
What's the Red Cross?
The International Red Cross is correct for 1 point. Okay, for 2 points. This Alpine company's, let me start again. This Alpine country's exhibit naturally included a ski lift ride. BJ?
Switzerland?
Switzerland is right for 2 points. Well done, sir. Shanghai World Expo for 3. A 20-foot tall robotic baby named Migueln, that's Migueln, was featured in this European country's exhibit. Melanie?
Spain.
That is right. Another triple stumper on the show. Spain is correct for 3 points. For 4 points. Artwork brought to China for the expo included a Van Gogh, a Gauguin, and a self-portrait by this woman in the Mexico pavilion. John?
Frida Kahlo.
Frida Kahlo is the lady for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points, these 2 special Chinese administrative regions each had a pavilion. Kat?
Macau and Hong Kong.
That is right for 5 points. Macau and Hong Kong, the only 2 CARs that are in the Chinese Constitution.
Glad I went there last summer.
I went there too, and I didn't even know it. So good for you, Kat. Okay, our third category, ingredients in the Macbeth Witch's cauldron. Ingredients in the Macbeth Witch's cauldron. Okay, for 1 point. Tongue of one of these best friends. Gene?
Oh, tongue of newt?
Incorrect. Break for the red team. I'll repeat it. Tongue of one of these best friends.
I think it's dog. Best friend. Man's
Oh, yeah. That sounds.
I think that's right.
Yeah, go with that.
Okay, we're going to go with dog. Final answer.
Thank you for the final answer. We appreciate that, captains. Dog is correct. Newt is not my best friend, but dog is. Okay. That happened on the show, by the way, Gene. They lost $100, $200 for Newt. Okay. Back to ingredients in the Macbeth Witch's cauldron for 2 points. Eye of this amphibian. Gene?
That's got to be newt.
It is Newt for 2 points. Okay. You knew it. Get it? You knew it. Okay, for 3 points in the Macbeth Witch's Cauldron. Tooth of this carnivore that can be timber or gray. Gene?
Wolf. A wolf?
Yeah, but that's your third buzz.
Third buzz, yeah.
Oh, man.
That loses 3 points. Okay, we go on to our next one.
Okay.
Do we get to answer or no?
Do we get a steal opportunity on that?
Come on, man.
Well, we haven't had the situation. This hasn't come up before.
Sorry about that. I forgot that it still counts as a buzz, even if I get one, even if somebody gets one wrong.
Don't worry,
Well, I guess I have to throw it over to the other team, yes. Tooth of this carnivore that can be timber or gray.
Well, we will go with wolf, but let's hold this in abeyance and let the cabal make a decision later on.
My only concern is I feel like Bob told us that was the right answer, didn't he?
By the way, for the record, I was literally a hair behind him on buzzing, and that would have been, I thought it was an obvious answer.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we should talk about it later, but yeah.
Well, you know, with this game, it's important.
All right, if the game comes down to 3 points, we'll revisit it.
Okay, is that acceptable to both captains?
Yes.
Jed?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Oh, boy, it always gets tough at the playoffs, doesn't it? Okay, for 4 points. Wool of one of these, Melanie?
Bat.
Wool of bat, one of these flyers. Bat is correct. And finally, for 5 points. Toe of this amphibian, John?
Frog.
Toe of frog is right. Each team determined not to make that 3 points count by the end, but that's what makes for a great horse race. Okay, at the end of the first category, with a dispute possibly floating around, but we'll forget about it till the end, the blue team is 20, always a bridesmaid 18, which means it's essentially a tie, and we go on to Drop It, Buster, with drop in quotes. So drop, D-R-O-P, will be part of every response. For 1 point. Refer to other people in conversation in order to, Gene?
To name drop.
Name drop, to impress those you're talking to. Name drop is correct for 1 point. Drop it for 2. Firm candy made of gelatin and covered with sugar. Gene?
Gumdrop.
Gumdrop is right, and you are out of the category. For 3 points. Painted cloth hanging at the rear of the stage. Kat?
A drop cloth.
Incorrect. Now a break for the red team. Painted cloth hanging at the rear of the stage.
Is it a backdrop?
I think it's a backdrop, yes.
Backdrop, yeah.
Final answer, backdrop.
That is right. And ironically, that's 3 points. Okay, for 4 points. Perhaps a slippery sombrero inspired this phrase, meaning on a moment's notice. John?
At the drop of a hat.
Correct for 4 points. And finally, for Drop It Buster for 5. It is an old medical term for edema, the abnormal swelling, Kat?
Dropsy.
The abnormal swelling of body tissue. Dropsy is correct for 5 points. And we're all tied up, which is as it should be. Our next category, it's the police. It's the police. Aren't these good categories? I thought this was a good board. For 1 point. To officially record a charge against an arrestee. Do it, Dano. Gene?
Book 'em, Dano.
Book 'em is right. To book is what we're on. For 2 points. The title of this Jack Webb TV drama refers to a systematic, Rochelle?
I think it's Dragnet.
It is, and I didn't think I'd get as far as the word systematic, but you were you are correct for 2 points. It's the police for 3. Named for a palace that housed visiting royalty, it's the HQ of the London Metropolitan Police. Gene?
Scotland Yard.
Scotland Yard is right, and that's your second buzz. For 4 points, it's the police. There's a first name in this term for a policeman's heavy nightstick. John?
Billy Club.
That is right for 4 points. Finally, for 5 points, it's the police. If you need a policeman in Marseille, ask for one of these. John?
Gendarme.
Gendarme is right. Not Jeanne d'Arc, but gendarme. Finally, somebody just floated through Rochelle's space there. Finally, I'll need some backup. I'll need some backup. I'm explaining nothing. I'm just going to give it to you for 1 point. And the gang. Kat?
Cool.
Is right for 1 point. I'll need some backup for 2. And the Pips. Gene?
Gladys Knight.
That's right for 2 points. That would be 2 blue points. Yep. For 3 points. And the Crickets. John?
Buddy Holly.
That is right for 3 points. For 4 points. And the Sunshine Band. Gene?
KC and the Sunshine Band.
KC is right. That's your second, I believe. Finally, for 5 points, and the Wailers. John?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley is right. Okay. Now, I thought we would do something a little bit different for the Kaplan crowdsourcing round, the 5 points. We had a really good entire category submitted by a colleague, and I liked it so much, we're just going to do it. The category is 4, F-O-R-E, 4. 3 points apiece. Here we go. This is, by the way, not unprecedented. Other TPT matches have used a full slot of 5. Ethan has, and so did Jay. Here we go. 4 for 3 points. 1 under par on a hole is a birdie. 2 under par on a hole is an eagle. 3 under par on a hole is a double eagle or this large oceanic bird. John?
That is an albatross.
It is an albatross for 3 points. 4 for 3 points. The Grand Slam, consisting of the Masters, US Open, British Open, and this tournament, has never been achieved in a single calendar year. The Grand Slam, John?
PGA.
PGA Championship is right, and you are out of this category. 4 for 3. Golf was first played in 15th century Scotland, now home to this 7-course locale, Europe's largest public complex. Brandon?
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews Links is correct for 3 points. Here we go for 3 points. Begun in 1927 between teams from Europe and the United States, this biennial men's golf competition is named after the English businessman, Jed?
Davis Cup.
Incorrect. Take away 3 points, and it's a break for the red team.
Okay. Is it
I think it's the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Ryder Cup final answer.
That is right. The Ryder Cup for 3 points. And finally, category is 4. Because he retired officially at the age of 34 to become a rancher, he's mostly remembered today for having won 11 consecutive tournaments in 1945. Because he retired officially at the age of 34 to become a rancher, he's mostly remembered today for having won 11 consecutive tournaments in 1945. 5 seconds. Time. John, did you know? Melanie? Wait. Anybody?
Was it Mets?
Nope.
Was it Bobby Jones?
Nope. Nope. But 11 tournaments in 1 year is pretty amazing. And
Yes, it is.
His name was Byron Nelson. Byron Nelson. Okay, thanks to Stephen Cross for that excellent sports category, which we didn't have in this board, which made me think that that was a good reason to throw it in. Okay, at the end of that first round, always a bridesmaid 56. 6 people not named Stuart Kavinsky, 33. We're not going to have a tie unless that nagging three-pointer comes back to haunt us. But that's good. It's essentially a tie given these two strong teams. Here we go, teams. The first category is European nationalities. European nationalities. Each correct response will contain a European nationality. Okay? You'll get the hang of it. You're all great. For 2 points. Effleurage is a light gliding stroke used in this hands-on type of spa treatment. Melanie?
Swedish massage.
That is right for 2 points, and that's how European nationalities works. Swedish massage is correct. Let's clear the buzzer for European nationalities for 4. It's basically a big kettle with a close-fitting lid used to cook pot roasts and stews. Jed?
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven is right for 2 points. 4 points, sorry. That was a 4. Here we go for 6 points. Leopoldville was the capital of this colony. Gene?
Belgian Congo.
Right. That existed from 1908 to 1960. That's 6 points. Now for 8 points. The uppermost polyp of this poisonous sea creature was thought, John?
Portuguese man of war.
Thought to resemble a sail, hence its name, Portuguese man of war. Why Portuguese, I don't know, but man of war is where they got the sail from. Okay, finally, for 10 points, European nationalities. The Elgin marbles helped establish this architectural style based on, Gene?
The Greek Revival.
5th century BC works. Greek Revival is correct, and it was a triple stumper on the show. Very nicely done. Okay, next, get ready, teams. This is my favorite category of the bunch, I have to admit. Movie title math. Movie title math. I love this one. For 2 points. Number of simians in a Bruce Willis time travel movie squared. Number of simians, Gene?
144 monkeys. Well, 144.
That's right. 12 monkeys was the movie, and 144 is that number squared. That's 2 points. Movie title math for 4. Number of weeks in a Mickey Rourke film plus the title of a Fellini film. They add up to a whole number. Number of weeks in a Mickey Rourke film. Melanie?
So it's 9.5 and 8.5 for 18.
Okay, we didn't need to check your work, but 18 is the correct answer. A triple stumper on the show. Let's not have any of this calculation, only because I have to keep a poker face, and it's hard if it's wrong. Here we go. Number of days later in a zombie flick divided by the title number of heroes in a Jessica Alba Marvel movie. John?
7, 28 days and Fantastic Four.
That's right. And you started with the answer, and we appreciate it. 7 is correct. You guys, these teams are always trouble.
Can I ask, it looks like my name has disappeared from the buzzer.
Can you check your buzzer?
Yeah. Okay. Still
You're
working.
there. If you were to refresh, I believe your name would be up there, but that has happened for weird, glitchy reasons. Names have disappeared. But am I right, Nick? That
Yep, that's correct.
Should I refresh or should I leave it?
Buzzer's working. That's good.
Okay.
as long as the buzz is working. Okay. Back to movie title math. This time for 8 points. It is what X times the quantity. Oh, let me start again. Nope, that's wrong. Forget that. For 8 points. It's what 2 times the quantity X plus Y equals if X is the number of angry men in a 1957 film and Y is the kings in a George Clooney movie. Gene?
30.
30 is right. 12 angry men plus 3 kings is 15 times 2 is 30. Well done. Okay. Finally, for 10 points, movie title math. Number preceding pickup in a Roy Scheider film minus Wesley Snipes' passenger number in a 1992 movie. John?
Wait, I know this. It's -5, 52 pickup and 57 passengers. 52 minus 7 is -5.
The first thing I heard was -5, and that is correct. Another triple stumper on the show. That's how one of the reasons I knew this board was so good was that there were so many triple stumpers. Okay. Very good. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, okay. Maybe this will be more fun. Here we go. For 2 points, the category, you're the top. You're the top for 2 points. In 1985, Reagan and Gorbachev met in Geneva in this type of diplomatic meeting. In 1985, Jed?
A summit.
That's the top we were looking for. Summit is correct for 2 points. You're the top for 4. A fictional company that may or may not help in roadrunner chasing, or, Kat?
Apex?
Incorrect. Break for the red team. I'll read these
Guys,
five.
it's Acme. It's
Fictional.
Acme's right.
Acme's final answer.
I was going to read the whole clue, but Acme is correct.
Once you said Roadrunner, it's...
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get past that to say a word from the Greek for highest point. Ha! I did it. Okay, here we go. For 6 points, and you're the top. The point formed in the hairline in the middle of the forehead is a widow's, Gene?
Widow's peak.
Widow's peak is correct for 6 points. You're the top for 8. 8-letter word for the highest point of success, or, John?
Pinnacle.
Or the highest part of a rock formation. Pinnacle is correct. It's also the card game that my father and my uncles always used to play. Finally, for 10 points, this TV making brand got its start in 1918, Gene.
Zenith.
Triple stumper on the show. Zenith is correct for 10 points. At the end of the halfway point, always a Bridesmaid 92. 6 people not named Stuart Kaminsky, 83. We're halfway home. Our next category is McMen. McMen, M-C-M-E-N, McMen, for 2 points. In 1831, at age 22, he tried his hand at building a reaper. In 1831, at age 22, Melanie?
McCormick.
Cyrus McCormick is correct. A McCormick reaper for 2 points for the blue team. McMen for 4. His colleagues in the Senate had the decency to censure him at long last on December 2nd, 1954. Gene?
Joe McCarthy.
McCarthy is the McMahon, correct, for 4 points. McMen for 6. Whoops. Surprise substitution, surprise substitution, surprise substitution, la 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 la. Thank you. Our surprise substitution category is capital city birthplaces. Capital city birthplaces for 6 points. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor. Five seconds. Rochelle?
This is a guess. London?
Good guess. That is correct. And I looked it up. She was born at 8 Wildwood Road, Hampstead Garden suburb, London. I think 2 of her ex-husbands are buried there. Okay, back to McMahon for 8 points. This 60s Secretary of Defense passed away in July. John?
Robert McNamara.
McNamara, July 2009. McNamara is correct for 8 points. Finally, for 10 points, McMahon. This 18th century Scotsman invented a form of pavement. Melanie?
McAdam.
McAdam is the man. That's right. John McAdam for 10 points. Okay. Our next category is pineapples. Pineapples. Okay. You got to listen for these, folks. Okay, for 2 points. Pineapples are the only widely eaten of the bromeliads, a family of 3,000 species. Like others, they aren't grown from seed, but by planting the top leafy structure called this. Pineapples are the only widely eaten of the bromeliads. Melanie?
The crown.
It is called the crown for 2 points. And that was a triple stumper. Told you this was a good board for these two teams. Triple stumper, but you were not stumped. Well done. Pineapples for 4. Pineapple cultivation needs relatively little irrigation. With its reservoir formed in the leaves, the plant is a natural xerophyte from the Greek xeros, meaning this. Melanie?
Dry.
Xeros does mean dry, and you're out of the category, and you can just sit back and listen to these lengthy clues. Here we go for 6 points. You did your job, Mel. For 6 points. The pineapple shoots that grow from the mother plants after the main harvest are called the ratoon crop. Also, the Hawaiian term for a baby born to late in life parents. The word is thought to be from the Latin for this season. Gene?
The fall.
I'll take it. Autumn, fall, same thing. 6 points. For 8 points. Okay, here we go. The material that's laid down where pineapples are planted keeps weeds off, retains warmth, and keeps moisture in. Gene?
Mulch.
That's very good. It's a strip of plastic rather than organic material. It is called mulch. And that was 8 points. And was that your second one, Gene? I'm not sure. No, I guess it wasn't. You would know.
No, that was my second one.
That was your second.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go for 10 points. Whether grown in Africa or in Hawaii, pineapples have 8 spirals in one direction and 13 in the other. One example where nature shows the number sequence named, John?
It's a Fibonacci sequence.
Fibonacci is the Italian mathematician. Okay. Well, that was a 10-pointer. And the score now reads, Always a Bridesmaid 116, people not named Stuart Kavinsky 119, naturally separated by 3 points. But we'll see how we go with our final category, which is kind of as brief as the last one was wordy. Ends with a body part. Ends with a body part. You've both done great. It's just a matter of where we go from here. And Cabal, get ready to weigh in. Here we go for 2 points. Ends with a body part. Someone who moves props or lighting for a theatrical production. Gene?
A stagehand.
Stage hand is correct for 2 points. Ends with a body part. Ends with a body part for 4. To identify an illness via medical exam. Melanie?
Diagnose.
Diagnose is correct for 4 points. Ends with a body part for 6. Smugglers who hid booze in their footwear gave rise to this adjective. Gene?
Bootleg.
Bootleg is correct.
Okay, Bob,
Yes?
my buzzer has the wrong score. So can I assume that if I buzz in, does it work?
Mine's had the wrong score too. For mine has 56 to 39.
Your buzzer works. I just saw it, Rochelle. And
Okay.
if you we'll wait till you want it till you refresh. It's always a bridesmaid 116.
Okay, I'm good.
Not named 131.
Jean, did you refresh yours? I'm not seeing you listed, although I am seeing you buzz in.
Yeah, I never refreshed mine. I just did the
Gina's also
my buzzer
not.
worked.
Okay.
But mine has 56 to 39 as the score for what it's worth. With you guys, so it's been stuck for a while.
Jean, why don't you refresh real quick, just so that we know that it's working. Okay. Is the score right now on your thing?
Yeah, I mean, it matches what I'm seeing.
Okay, good.
116 to 131. Okay. The category again ends with a body part. We're up to 8 points. Good luck, teams. Don't give me a heart attack at this stage, will you? Here we go for 8 points. A spiky sea critter or a mischievous, John?
Sea urchin.
Urchin is correct for 10 points. Well, here we are, 124 to 131. That 3 points won't make a difference either way. So it just comes down to this one. Good luck, teams, for 10 points and ends with a body part. Most opulent. John?
Richest.
Richest is correct for 10 points. That makes it 134 to 131. So even if the red team had gotten the extra 3 points, it would not have made a difference. It would have been 137 to 131.
Did we get the extra 3 points?
No, we left it. We let it alone till there.
Okay. Is that correct? As people recall?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, believe me, I checked it very carefully. So, Always a Bridesmaid finally goes against its name and comes up ahead by 3 points against 6 people not named Stuart Kaminsky. Obviously, that's your first loss, so you're going to continue.
Great game, guys.
God,
Great
Excellent game.
That was unbelievable.
Outstanding. I just hope I can find more questions that are worthy of these 2 teams, or either of these 2 teams, any of the others that are still in the for the next one. It's going to be very.
I
suspect.
just want to say thank you for the pineapples because I live in Florida and therefore I grow pineapples. There are 2 fruiting in the backyard, and my Friday Hawaiian shirt has pineapples on it.
Yeah,
well,
you know a little bit too much about pineapples.
Good thing I wasn't on that category.
The reason they were so long, of course, is they sent what's her name, Sarah, to the Clue Crew to Hawaii. So there was all this footage of she's standing around yapping about pineapples. But so I'm glad we had at least one Hawaiian visual to look at during those clues. I just thought that the number of triple stumpers was a good reason.
I assume we'll see you again, people not do it, Kaminsky.
I'm sure of it.
We await you.
Excellent game. Well played.
Really well. We had a little controversy, a little drama, a lot of drama, and a lot of great work from both teams. Thank you, teams. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Bob. You too.
See ya.
Happy 4th.